Hi, I am Bill Skripchek, president of Waverider Trading Technologies. The FX Morning Mayhem podcast is an essential listen for currency traders. Each episode covers a curated watch list of key currency pairs alongside insightful market observations. It highlights crucial daily news events that could influence the market, ensuring traders are well informed. Additionally, the podcast offers valuable trading strategy tips, catering to both new and experienced traders in the Forex market. This podcast is for educational purposes only. None of this info should be construed as investment advice. To see the trades called out live on our Slack channel, click the link in the description to join the trade faction. And now on with the show.
All right, this is the Aussie Singapore dollar trade, which we are both in and know and love here, and it's done some crazy stuff already. It fired off around here. I have a waterfall trade going, so I have two positions, one with a profit target here and one with a profit target here. As we were discussing earlier, I don't do stop losses, but I am experimenting with all kinds of subjective things. If you put a bullet to my head or a gun to my head and said, where would I put my stop loss at? I probably would put it here above this high. But I also am experimenting with an amplitude stop loss. So basically if you got in here at whatever some amplitude, and if the amplitude goes back to zero, then you should get out, which would keep I think your losses to a minimum. And that's actually the way I have the strategy tester set up. So the results are based on using that particular type of strategy. But of course, I'm an idiot and I never stick to it. Me to the shrink. I don't know why. I guess because I'm just constantly tinkering and I always get rewarded by procrastinating, right? So there's that. All right, next one. Aussie US dollar, we are at a minor wave top. But as you can see, we're pretty far away from that top. Amplitude's down in the 40s. This would have to really pull back quite a bit before this was a valid short. I think we will probably reach a hyperextension and a reversal before we get a pullback, but hey, anything can happen. So I'm not going to commit either way on this one, but those are the two possibilities. Euro CAD minor wave bottom. The trend's going the wrong way right now. The trend is down. We want the trend to be going up with a pullback and then getting on in that fashion. If you're really like big time gambler, if you had entered here or if you had entered here, you got a little bump you could have made some money on. If you just went long right here and targeted this algo trigger line, that's another thing you could do, or you could target this little consolidation here, or this little consolidation here, or there seems to be a lot right here. Because it's hovering in this area right now. So it could reach up to here. Those are your profit targets. But hey, I'm not doing anything on that one until all my planets line up the way I want them to. Euro Chief. Same thing. We are in a minor wave top, but we're way far away from it. And the trend is going the wrong way. So this would have to pull back up to the upside before I would take a short again on it. Don't know if this is going to go down enough for a hyperextension and a reversal, but we'll see. I mean, the cool thing about the system is you can almost predict what's going to happen here in the relatively near-term future based on where it's at the current time. All right, now this one here, minor wave top. So we're looking for a short. The trend is going in the wrong direction. We want the trend going this way with a pullback to the upside and then enter. Right now, the trend is going up. But as you can see, the line is going to extend out like that. So it's going to go flatline first, and then it should go down and then give us an opportunity to go short. So this one's pretty close to ripe. This is what I was just talking about, where you could predict what's going to happen in the relatively near future based on what the system is telling you is going on. So keep that under your hat. For the umpteenth time, I just couldn't wait long enough, and I get shaken out of the trades, and here's the reversal, right? Okay, so I still might be vindicated if this thing just takes a giant shit here, but I'm guessing this thing is going to chop around here and then do one of these, right? I hate it when that happens, but we are at a minor wave bottom. We're waiting for the trend line to change. This was a hyperextension that I took probably like way back here, and just got psychologically went through a paper shredder for 2 weeks and bailed somewhere in this area, and now it's doing that. This is the perfect example of trading fuckery. If you want to know, boys and girls, how trading can screw up your mind, this is a perfect example of it, okay? All right, so news today. We just had unemployment claims, which were good. So we had a good number there. We're waiting for a flash manufacturing PMI number and services number at 8:45, and then new home sales at 9 a.m. All of those have the potential to rock this boat. We'll have to keep an eye on those. On to our topics. How to handle losing streaks and keeping perspective.
Losing streaks are going to happen. I had one back when we were doing futures, where I'd have just days of, I click a button and it immediately goes in the wrong direction. And as time goes on, it's all about emotion. Oh, did I mess up? Did I do some analysis wrong? Or so how do you keep perspective? I changed my perspective from I lost a trade to did I minimize my loss? It's did I get out when I should have gotten out? Or did I do something stupid? You either make money or you minimize your losses. And if you can understand that, that's a good trade.
Yeah.
You know, you didn't lose your shirt. You can still live to fight another day. So that's what I would look at.
The only thing that I would add is remember when I talk to you about probability, everyone should go through the exercise of figuring out it's math, it's the power of large numbers, right? So if you have a system that, let's say, is going to win, and this is really common, like 30% of the time, okay? You have to realize that in order for that percentage to kick in, you have to take a large number of trades. So it might be like, let's say with a 30% win rate, the worst case scenario is you get 4 losses in a row before you get a win, right? You have to understand that you've got to sit through those 4 losses. You've got to let the power of large numbers take place. The sample size has to be big enough for your system to kick in. You can't do the first 2 trades and you lose both, and then you're like, oh shit, this doesn't work. I'm going to do something else. Because then that completely screws up your probability of success. You have to be comfortable knowing that I could lose 4 times in a row. But like you said, if I keep those losses tiny, then when I hit that one, I get a really big hit and I'm fine. Your line is never going to look like this, okay? Your line's going to look like this.
Yeah.
And it's going to just keep going up. That's what you want, okay? But if your line looks like this and then you go, oh shit, it doesn't work, then your line's just going to keep doing this. So you got to keep that kind of mentality. So that's the secret, in my opinion.
Yeah. You could also do a waterfall. We talk about waterfalls to cover losses. You can also do waterfalls to cover wins.
Right. If you break your kitty up into enough tiny pieces, this is a perfect example, right? I got in somewhere around here, right? And then I waterfalled around here, right? I could have, if I had broken up my kitty into smaller pieces, I could have done another one here, another one here. And then eventually this thing's going to pull back to the mean, right? That is the plan.
All right.
So have a good one, and we'll see what happens.
All right. Take care.